Hello, everyone, and welcome into the All Things Life and Sports podcast with Kylan Thomas. I'm your host, Kylan Thomas. Let's get into it. It was a long night for me. As y'all can see, the team on my jersey last night was draft night, round one, opening of the NFL 2024 NFL draft. Throughout time, everybody had a mocks. Last night is why it's hard, and which is why I don't really get into. I know sometimes with the business, you're in the business I want to kind of be in. I want to be in. It's kind of what you have to do, but sometimes doing all these mocks and trying to mock trades, because a lot of the trades I was seeing people say was going to happen didn't happen, or it happened later on, or like the amount of quarterbacks that was taken was a record, the amount of offensive players that was taken before a defensive player was a record. So it's just kind of hard to predict these type of things, and that's why they say you got to let the board fall how it's going to fall. I think our GM, Trent Baalke, did a great job last night with kind of how he did things. But enough of me. I'm going to show y'all this clip so y'all can see who we got at 23.
With the 23rd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Brian Thomas Jr., wide receiver, LSU.
15 touchdowns.
Yeah,
all right. So it wasn't all just because Malik Neighbors on.
So as y'all can see, with the 23rd pick, we went wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr., or as a lot of people, BTJ. Now, for me personally, as y'all saw in my when I did kind of the pre-draft analysis, me personally, I wanted Jerzon Newton, and he's still on the board. I wanted Jerzon Newton, or I would have even been okay. I would have been okay with a corner. I feel like we should have really honed in on the defense. Like, if you look at last year, if you look at our schedule, the offense at times did not have problems putting up points, especially towards those latter games. Like, it was the defense that could not hold up. So I felt like we should have went with a defensive player, and then you get a wide receiver in the later rounds. But the way I slept on it, and the way the board fell, the fact that the way we even got to 23, we was originally at 17. We traded back with Minnesota, and in trading back with Minnesota, Minnesota got our number 17, and then we in turn got pick 23, pick 167. I think that's fifth round, and then next year's 2025's third and fourth round picks. So we got a good haul. And then Trent even said in his post game presser that BTJ would have been a pick at 17. So the fact that you were able to trade back and still get the guy that you wanted at the original pick, that's why I said, all in all, it was a great night, like, for the general manager for the Jaguars. And then, like I said, me personally, I wanted a Jerzon Newton, but the fact that all that fell how it fell, and then you still have a Jerzon on the board, you still have JPJ. A lot of people wanted Jackson Powers Johnson. I haven't really heard us talking about him that much. The guard center, or you got Cooper DeJean, or you got Ruke, or you got Kool-Aid, or you got Chris Jenkins, and then there's a possibility that we could still trade up later, because we don't pick again. We don't pick until what is it? Let me see. We don't pick again until, I want to say, like 48. Let's check that out. See, I fact check myself. Yeah, we don't pick again till 48, round 2. So you're gonna have to, like, a lot of people, I'm shocked that Johnny Newton wasn't in the first round. So if you still want a player of that caliber, I even think like a Kool-Aid or something, you're gonna have to trade up. You ain't gonna be able to sit at 48 and get one of those type of players. And Trent kind of hinted to that. Someone asked him that in the presser, and he stated that the question was, have you guys tried to trade back into the first round? And he was like, we may have, and he kind of said it facetiously, like he said it, in a playful, like in a joking manner, but I think he was serious. He was like, we may have tried to trade back. So I think there's a possibility that we could trade up in the second round to still get a player that I wanted originally, which I would think would be perfect, which I would be okay that we were able to still get that player and get BTJ. But I told y'all we wasn't trading up. I told y'all we was not trading up. He even said in his interview post draft presser, the price was too steep, man. I mean, just imagine how much we would have had to give up to get those players. And like I said, I'm not gonna believe that till I see it. And I just did not think they was gonna make that move. I didn't think they should have made that move, and I'm glad they did it. But if I'm BTJ, I'm kind of thinking, because he said had they slipped a little further, we might have did it. So I'm like, dang, I was like, yo, what, second, third, fourth choice? You know what I'm saying? But nah, he's excited. He got drafted. But like I said, I slept on it when the pick happened. Even in the stadium, I just think the energy in the stadium, y'all heard. I mean, now granted, a lot of people left because we didn't end up picking till like 10 something. Like I didn't get home till like 11:30, 12 o'clock last night. So maybe a lot of people left the stadium, but even the energy in the stadium after his name was called wasn't, because a lot of people wanted defense. A lot of people probably wanted us to trade up and get one of those wide receivers. But then there was some people that was on the BTJ train, and I'm one of those people. Like I said, it's to the point where I'm thinking about getting his jersey. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got the same last name and everything, but nah, like even I knew we wasn't trading up. But like I said, all in all, I felt like it was a great draft. It's hard to kind of mock these things. Then you have Atlanta trading up. Not trading up. You have Atlanta taking Michael Penix Jr., which I think that sucks for him because I'm a huge fan of his. I felt like he should have went somewhere where he had the opportunity to play now, like these other quarterbacks are gonna have. I don't know why Atlanta. I don't know why you would do that when you paid Kirk Cousins 4 years, $180 million this offseason, with $100 million of that guaranteed. Then you go draft a quarterback in the first round. You draft his successor in the first round. And then y'all want to act surprised, or in your presser kind of feel some type of way that he was stunned or that he was sorry, or that his camp is frustrated. When if we take a look at who was picked, now let's take a look at who was picked after their pick. So they go Michael Penix Jr. He even said in his presser they following the Green Bay model. Don't worry about Green Bay. Worry about what y'all got going on. Don't worry about Green Bay. But you go with Michael Penix Jr. You could have had Rome Odunze. You could have had Olu Fashanu. Y'all could have got one of these tackles. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could have got Latu, which I think that was shot that he went that low. A lot of these defensive players are shot. A lot of the first round picks for me were shocking, especially with the like Chop Robinson goes before Kenyon, and I don't know, just some of them was kind of shocking to me. I don't know, even Byron Murphy was kind of shocking to me where he went. But anyways, y'all, you could have got Byron Murphy. Y'all could have got Dallas. Y'all could have got one of these defensive players or one of these tackles to help your quarterback out or shore up your defense. But y'all decide to go with Michael Penix Jr. If I'm Kurt, I'm like, I mean, what's the point of bringing me in then? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guarantee we in a new age. Everybody can't be Green Bay. I guarantee it's gonna be some problem with that later on because I guarantee it's gonna be some problem. That man ain't sent for no 4 years. I guarantee he already older. He already is an older rookie. That man ain't for the sit for 4 years. I guarantee that. But then in the press conference for the coach to say what he said, it's never a right time to talk to a quarterback about those things. What you mean? He's your franchise. He's the quarterback. You just signed him this year. So now the relationship already soured. I just got with y'all this year, and you already doing a horrible job of coming. Y'all call me when y'all on the clock. I'm thinking we finna get a tackle or, man, y'all get a quarterback. But He said it's never a right time to talk about those things with your quarterback. I'm gonna let y'all hear it for y'allself.
He got called on the clock, obviously, because it's a sensitive time with the issues of what you got going on. It's never a right time to talk to a quarterback about those things, and reactions are always going to be private when it comes to those things, unless Kirk decides to tell you some of those things, or whatever the case may be. But he's a competitor, just like us all, and you can always expect those things to go just like you kind of.
So yeah, like y'all saw for y'allself. You talking about you never expect these things to go. You want the thing to go the way you, but that ain't go how you expect it to go. I can tell you that it ain't go how you expect it to go, because the people they shocked, man, they were shocked. Like they were shocked, like to the point where his agent, Mike McCartney, made a statement. In that statement, I quote, "Yes, it was a big surprise. We had no idea this was coming. The truth is the whole league had no idea this was coming. We got no heads up. Kirk got a call from the Falcons when they were on the clock. That was the first we heard. It never came up in any conversation. That's the issue. They had no thought that y'all were going to go quarterback with that first round pick. That early when y'all could have had so many other options to help y'all football team. That was first we heard. It never came up in any conversation. So you call him while you're on the clock, and that's the first he hears that you're going to get a quarterback. I feel sorry for you, Atlanta fan. And when people ask you how you from Georgia, but you ain't a fan of the Falcons, stuff like that right here. Now I can't really say too much because my franchise ain't been all that either. But stuff like that right here, see, that would have sent me to the rails. You know what I'm saying? That would have teed me off. But yeah. So with that being said, round 2 of the draft starts tonight. I still think there's a lot of quality players that Duval we can still get. I promise y'all, if we get Johnny Newton, I'm gonna be ecstatic. I will be okay with BT. I'll be okay with everything, like, cause I still got the player that I ultimately wanted. But with these, like I said, with these draft days, it's kind of hard to mock. It's kind of hard to do all these trades, so that's why I don't do them. But so with our wide receiver core now, we got Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, Gabe Davis, BTJ. Now I done seen a couple of people on, like a good amount of people on Twitter thinking that BTJ just gonna be another DJ Chark. And I mean, I kind of feel like that's a lazy comparison. But let's just wish him well. Let's hope he comes in and is the surefire number one that Trevor needs. So with that being said, with our wide receiver core, could we possibly have the best wide receiver trio not trio, just the best wide receiver group in the NFL? I mean, look at it. You got Christian Kirk, that's your veteran route runner, inside, see a slot, like just what he do. Then you got Gabe Davis, a bit bite. I'm telling y'all had Gabe Davis in fantasy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Now he hit or miss, but when he hit. I promise you. Then you got the BTJs, the speed that we need, and is a great catcher and a route runner. Still some things he can do. He's a rookie. Then you got Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram speaks for itself. Versatile tight end, your pass catching tight end. So then you got ETN that you got can come. Now he ain't a part of the wide receiver corps, but I'm just saying, like, then you got ETN. The way he runs, he can come out of the backfield. I don't want to put these expectations on you, ETN, but he probably could be a Christian McCaffrey if we used him, if we do things right, man. He could be a Christian McCaffrey. Like, our offense should be with Trevor Lawrence throwing the ball. Like we said, should be no more excuses for Trevor. I'm sorry, it shouldn't have been none, no way. But shouldn't be no more excuses for him. I mean, you got pieces. You got piece after piece after piece after piece. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad we didn't trade for no veteran wide receiver either. I wasn't really on that train either. But yeah. So with that being said, with us getting BTJ, Jaguars drafted Brian Thomas Jr. with the 23rd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. Like I said, I slept on it. I feel a lot better about it. I actually kind of want his jersey, And yeah, from there we're gonna see what they do. Round 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm just playing. Round 2, starting at 7 p.m. Let's go get Johnny Newton, please. Okay, Duval, Trent Baalke, get Johnny Newton, and all will be great in the world. With that being said, make sure everything done before you try to have fun. Peace.